exercises on 4 different equipments. So a lot of times when we think of core exercises, we just think of crunches, abdominals work. So that's not the only way to use your core muscle, to work your core muscles. I'll show you some of the core exercises you can do on the mat or wherever you go. Okay, before you begin, I want you to keep your pelvis flat. So the way to determine how it's flat is just kind of roll back and forth your pelvis. So just find that mobility in your pelvic area and find the in-between part. So that would be the flat part. So if I put a glass of water or wine, so you don't want to spill the water towards you or spill the water towards your feet. So you want to keep it level. So that's how you find neutral spine. Then you're going to move your right leg to tabletop. This is called tabletop. Then you lower. Lift your right leg to tabletop and lower without moving the pelvis. So if you can do that without moving the pelvis, so that's a good sign that your pelvis is stable. So then you use the other leg. Inhale when you lift, exhale when you lower. Breathe in when you lift, exhale when you lower. It looks so simple, but it's a good start to activate those core muscles that you don't normally use. So we normally think of the core muscles as the six-pack, but what we're trying to activate is the deeper part. It's the muscle behind the six-pack. So it's called the transverse abdominis. Tabletop it should be an angle here. So not like this. So keep a space between your calf and your hamstring. So you are in this position. This is called tabletop. So the tendency, if your core is weak, you round your back or arch your back. So if you have no stability. So you should be able to do a tabletop if your core is working. Okay, so right now we're gonna do the exercise. So now you found your neutral spine, neutral pelvis. So I want you to lift your right leg to tabletop, then lower. Left leg to tabletop, then lower. So do 5 of each while keeping the pelvis stable. So breathe in on the lift, exhale lower, inhale on the lift, exhale lower. So make sure to keep that space between your calf and your hamstring. So do 5 of each, then you could build it up to 8 to 10 as you have more endurance. Then move up to, now you're starting from tabletop, same thing, you're keeping the pelvis neutral, you're not arching your back or flattening. So lower, tap the floor without putting weight on your foot. Tap the mat, inhale, exhale when you lower, inhale, exhale when you lower. So this is a bit harder than the first one. Now there's more core work. And some of you might feel some tightening in your hip. So that means you have a overactive hip flexor. So this would be, so you should start with the first one first before you develop it. Progress to this second one. So then you progress to extend the leg. It's more of a longer lever, so it's challenging your obliques to extend. So when you start extending your leg and it's going to your back, that means you're not ready for this exercise. Then you progress to lifting your upper body up, putting your hand behind your head, or you can put your hand on the knee. Reach, think of opposition, you're reaching for the wall, but you're holding the knee in. Think of opposition. Lift your upper body up, lift from the shoulder. Exhale as you extend, breathe in as you lift. Exhale. When you exhale, actually you activate your deep transverse abdominis. Then you could progress to twist, working your obliques. A little bit more coordination. Knees together, lower your leg, and lower your head down. At the next level, you're going to tabletop with both legs, both hands on the outside of your knees. Lower your chin and lift your upper torso. Flex your obliques. Inhale, take a breath, and exhale, extend your arms over your head. Extend. So it's a longer lever, so you're extending both arms and legs. So it's really challenging the core muscles when you do this. So do around 8 to 10 repetitions. Once you're done, bring your head back down. So bring your arms overhead without popping the ribs. Keep your pelvis and spine neutral. Inhale, take a breath. You're going to roll up, initiating from the head, mid back, low back, then flex forward. So you're drawing the navel in as you reach forward. Make sure to keep your shoulders away from your ears. Then roll down slow, one vertebrae at a time. Again, inhale, take a breath. Exhale. Draw the navel in, reaching forward, then roll down slow. Then you could progress to a teaser. So bring your arms overhead without popping your ribs. So initiate from the head, lower your chin, you're gonna roll up from your neck, from your head. Then mid back, low back. Then make a V. Keep your arms parallel to your legs, arms overhead, then round your back. Inhale, take a breath. Exhale. When we think of core exercises, we only think of crunches. You know, we see people all day long in the gym pulling their neck, and there's many ways to activate your core besides crunches. And one of them is Pilates. You know, one of the great thing about the Pilates core exercises is you work the body as a unit rather than working the muscles individually. You know, one of the joy being an instructor is to see my client being able to do what they cannot do in the beginning. You know, from being able to just pick up their legs to finally doing a full teaser with their legs extended, and you know, it's just great to see them achieve that. No matter how you feel about your body today, just grab a mat, grab a towel, find a space on the floor, do this for 5 minutes, follow the video. You know, you'll be surprised how you'll feel in 2 weeks. I'm Steve. I love helping people function well and live well. So subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next exercise. Until then, function well, live well.